I'm delighted to welcome our international distributors to Lark Distillery. This is the home of Tasmania's finest single malt whisky, and we're now being recognised as one of the world's finest single malt whiskies. Handcrafted, made with care and pride. I'd like to introduce Ross Dinsmore. Ross is our international sales manager, and he's going to tell you a little bit about this iconic Tasmanian single malt whisky.
This is Tasmanian whiskey. We're very proud of the fact this is a Tasmanian whiskey. It's not a Scotch and it's not a bourbon. It's meant to sit alongside of those quite proudly. It's its own entity, and it is being very well received. One of the most important awards we received in 2009, 2010 was from the World Whiskey Awards. Now this is an award competition that's set up with judges from all over the world. Blind tasting, they cannot talk about it amongst each other. They're completely independent, and the scores are put together and the winners are announced. They have a Scotch category and an Irish category, and they have the rest of the world category. Lark Distillery won the gold medal trophy for the best whiskey outside of Scotland in the world. And you can't get better than that. One of the reasons that Lark felt that the American market was a market that we needed to get into was that the Americans, probably more than any of the other nationalities right now that are whiskey consumers, are right into the boutique aspect. Americans aren't afraid to try a new whiskey. They're always looking for something new. And in fact, if there's a bottle of whiskey that they can bring out and show their friends, and their friends don't have it, and everybody loves it, well, they're on top. They win that night. So that's important. I'm originally from the United States. I feel that I have a good idea of what they like. I know they like their bourbon. I know they like their Scotch. I think what we've got is something in between that's unique. It has a certain sweetness without being a bourbon. It has a certain smokiness without being a heavy Scotch whiskey. It's very, very drinkable. It's a beautiful color. It's beautifully smooth. And it has hints of maple syrup and pancakes, which is something that we know that most Americans enjoy.
What I find unique about Lark Tasmanian whiskey is it's beautiful, it's handcrafted, there's a lot of care that's taken into it.
This was much smoother going down, much more drinkable, and I love the maple syrup flavor. The sugars are just much more prevalent in it.
I think that they're turning towards this boutique style of distilling. They're turning away from some of the big factory style distillations that are coming out of Scotland. I mean, we know that they're making great whiskey, but they are owned by big multinationals. There is a lot of accountant interference in alcohol production and turnover and profit. And I think sometimes that the whiskeys can suffer from a little bit of that stress. Our product, which is real handmade, it's necessarily expensive to make. It has to be. It's just the way we do it, but there's a market for that. There's a market always for something that's hand-built, like a fine car or a motorcycle or a cigar. There's a market for the best.